Hello, welcome back. This is a new Codeword Sudoku that I've made. A little bit harder than the last couple, I think, because there's no 1 to 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0, 9 like there was in the other puzzles going up or down. So this one might be a little bit harder to resolve at the end, but very similar. You have to find the code word first and then put those numbers for those letters into these cages and then solve the Sudoku. So I'll go through it with you now. If you don't want to see the solution and have a go at it yourself, there's a link in the description below. But I'll just get started. The words and the rules are here. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Cells between black dots must be in the ratio 1 to 2. The code words, instead of reading all that out, I'll explain what to do. The words that are written down the bottom here in the clues have to go into these cages. We have to work out the numbers that go with those words by solving the 9-letter code word. And to do that, we have to write down all the letters that are in these words. So I'll just write the letters down first and show you. So we've got C, R, A, T, E, C, A, R, T, S, I, N, S, and O. So they're all the letters, wonky E, they're all the letters that have to make up the code word. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And there has to be 9 of them because each one of those letters has to go with one number. And when we figure out the words, say we figure out the word S-O-N, and we know that that is a 3, a 4, and a 5 in the code word, then you put in 3, 4, 5 in, say, letters 9, 12 in a box that says 12, if there is one. Well, there may not be 3, 4, 5, so that's how you do it, and then you solve the Sudoku with the numbers. So first of all, we've got to figure out the code word. Now we can get some clues out of the puzzle, hopefully, and yes, we can, because the first 3 letters, there is 1, 2, 3 has to go in there for 6. So that tells us the first 3 letters of the word. I'll go over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The first 3 letters of the word actually have to be one of the words in the clues. And there's also a 24 there, which has to be 7, 8, 9. That tells us the last 3 letters have to be one of those 3-letter words, because the 3-letter word has to go in this cage. Now, is there anything else that we can get from that? That one there, 15, the first 5 letters add to 15, so that's actually got to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in there, and that tells us the first 5 letters in there have to be one of the words as well. So that's a fairly good clue to start figuring out the code word. I mean, you might just be able to rearrange these yourself and get the code word if you're good at that sort of thing, but if you're not, you can actually do it logically. Now, there's a couple of things we can put in the puzzle to start with. 15 and 24 in this box here add up to 39, so that means that one's got to be a 6 to make 45. There's a 6 in that box and a 4 in that box. What else can we put in? Anything? Nothing else that's really obvious that I can see. That one, so that's 22 and 20, that adds up to 44. So that tells us that's a relatively small number there, isn't it? Because of those two have to, they're 44. Sorry, that's 22. Yeah, you can't really get anything from that, I don't think. 20, oh actually, if we add them all up, 22, 44, that's 48, is all of those. And all of those have to be 45. So that tells us that one will be 3 more than that one, doesn't it? Which doesn't really help us greatly. Okay, so we'll go to the word and figure out the code word if we can. So now, if there's a 3-letter word in the, we'll just put the words up here, and I'll make this a bit bigger so I've got a bit more room to fiddle and write. Get rid of all that rubbish that I just wrote down there. Oh, actually, no, I don't want to. Do I? Can I make it smaller? No, I can't. Right, I'll get rid of that and write it again then, and I've made it bigger. So we have crate. What we do know that is that one of these 3-letter words, so I'll just go put a thing up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One of the 3-letter words goes here, 5-letter word goes there, and there's a 3-letter word there. So which of these 3-letter words are in a 5-letter word? ARE is in crate. Not is not in any of them. Toe is not in any of them. Sun is not in any of them. Rec is, rec is in crate. Actually, both of these are in crate. So that tells us that crate has to be the first 5 letters, doesn't it? And then either, let's just see, either rec or R are the first 3 letters. So that means these 2 letters that go here and here, let's rub that out now, those 2 letters have to be, if it's A-R-E, they have to be C and a T, and if it's R-E-C, they have to be an A and a T in any order, so it could be T-A or it could be T-C. Now the last 3 have to be a word as well, and there has to be, if crate's the first lot, we've got I-N-S-O left over. So the only 3-letter word out of that there is sun. So that tells us this one has to be sun or ons or nos or some combination of those. But it does tell us that this one here is an I. So what would be a good combination to go? That's an S. A good combination at the end of that would obviously be I-O-N-S. Even if you're not very good with words, you should be able to recognise that that is a good ending. And then it's more than likely T-I-O-N-S from these ones. Now this could be a C or an A, depending. And that you should be able to work that out from there. We've got R-E-C, so we can have R-E-C, and that goes with the A-T. R-E-C, creations, C-R-E-A-C, creations. That would be if it's R-E-C. Now if it's A-R-E, we could also have R-E-A-C-T. So there's a couple of possibilities there, reactions or creations. That's a little bit tricky, so now we've got to figure out which one it is. Is there another? Oh, another one, I hope, is can't see another one. Well, let's see if it's one of those anyway. So let's look at some of these other words now. So pick out a couple of 4-letter words. We'll try coin and coat. Now if we add these up and see if there's a number in a cage that matches them. So these have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. So if it's creations and it's coin, the C would be the 1, the O is a 7, the I is a 6, and the N is an 8. If it's coat, the C is a 1. Actually, I should do them for the 2 things. I'll just do coin to start with. So this one, that one's for creations, and then I'll do the reactions underneath. If it's reactions, that would be a 4, a 7, a 6, and an 8. So they add up to 8, 6 is 14, 15, 22. And that one adds up to 14, 18, 25. 14, yeah, I think. Okay. So do we have a 22 or a 25 cage with 4 numbers in it, or letters in it? There's a 22 there, 22 there, And I can't see a 25 anywhere. So it's a 21, 17, 28. No, so there is no 25. So that means it's not that one, and that was the one with that one, the reactions. So that means our code word is creations. So I'll get rid of all these root. And now that we have that, we can put in all these other words. So looking back at the words, I might just write a few of them down, right? Oh, I should be able to do it without. So R is going to be A-R-E, A-R-E, so that's going to be 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. So that's going to go in the 9 square. So in that 9 square there, or cage there, we have to have, we have to have 2, 3, 4. A bit hard to read when they're that little, isn't it? I might make it a little bit bigger and put it over here. That's probably going to muck up the word. I know it shrunk it. That's good. So we've got, that was R not is going to be in, whoops, we're going to rub the 5 out there in O2, which is 5, 7, 8. So that has to add up to 20. So 20 is, where's the 20 with only 3 things there? It has to be 5, 7, 8. The next one, rec, we've already done, that's 1, 2, 3. I'm just working backwards through the list here. TOE is 5, 7, 3. And that adds up to 15. And where's the 15 there? So that was 5, 7, 3. Next one is sun, is it? Yes, sun is 9, 7, 8. We've done that one, 7, 8, 9. Then we have cans, which is C-A-N-S. 1, 4, 8, 9 adds to 22. Now, that one's tricky because we don't know if it goes in there or there. So, well, we've got 1, 4, 8, 9. Actually, we do know there's a 2, 3, 4 there already. We can't have another 4 in there. So that means it's got to go in here, but the 4 will have to go in that square there. It's the only possible way to have that. So that's got to be the 4. And that's got to be a 1. Oops, that one. Back. That's got to be a 1, 8, 9 in there. The next one is riot. Oops, I keep rubbing out the numbers. O-T. And that adds up to 20. And that will have to go in the 20 box. Is that one? Oops. Oops, I've lost my thing. Sorry about that. I'll have to go back and get my, do the split screen thing again. Split screen and add my notes. Make it bigger. There we go. Bumped it with my wrist. Sorry about that. So what was I doing? 20. This one is 2, 5, 6, 7. 2, 5, 6, 7. And then we have sign, S-I-N-E, which is that one, oops, that one, that one, that one, that one, which adds up to 26. So that goes in, there's a 26 box there. 3, 6, 8, 9, 3, 6, 8, 9. Yep, that's good. Next one is cars, C-A-R-S. That adds up to 16. Where's the 16 box? There's a 16 box. 1, 2, 4, 9. Yep. Rub that the 9 again. And the next one is rice. R-I-C-E. That adds to 12. That goes down here. 1, 2, 3, 6. For rice. Then we have tins. T-I-N-S. 17 and 11 is 28. Goes in here. 5, 6, 8, 9. And then we're up to coat. I didn't do coat before, did I? I did, I think I did coin. C-O-A-T. 8 and 12 is 12, that's 17. Hope we've got a 17 here somewhere, yep. 1, 4, 5, 7. And you've got to be very careful when you do this because you only need to make one little mistake and it's going to throw the whole Sudoku out. So that was coat, we need coin. C-O-I-N. 9, 16, 22. Which goes... Where does that one go? Oh, that's the other 22, so it's got to be up here. 1, 6, 7, 8. 1, 6, 7, 8. Now we're up to the 5-letter words. Acorn, A-C-O-R-N. And that adds up to 22. There's a 22 there. So we need 1, 2, 4, 7, 8. 1, 2, 4, 7, 8. And then rinse. R-I-N-S-E. And rinse adds to 28. We've already got the 6 in it there, so that's 1, 2, 3, 8, 9 is all has to go in there. 2, 3, 8, 9. And oops, click on the rubber. And the next one, rinse is carts, is C-A-R-T-S. 10, 17, 21. Yes, there's a 21 left. That was good. So 1, 2, 4, 5, 9. 1, 2, 4, 5, 9 for carts. And we've already put crate in as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's put all the things in. So I hope to heck that they're right and I haven't made a silly mistake. I can get rid of that now. And now we just need to do the Sudokuing. So I've got my pen down. I can just use my finger now, can't I? It's a bit quicker and easier than trying to use a pen on these things. Get rid of all these red numbers, and now we just need to look for, well, first of all, we can't have a 7 there on a 1 to 2 ratio. Can't have a 7 there. We need to look for doubles and triples to get rid of some of these horrible numbers. There's way too many. So we'll start down the bottom. What's down the bottom? 1, 8, 9. So we can't have an 8, 9. Can't have a 1. There's a 5, 6 pair. Can't have a 6. Got a 2, 3 there. So we can't have 2, 3 there. That's will be in because of that cage. You can only have 2, 3, 1, 6. That's got to be a 1. That's got to be the 6. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. So in a way, the hard work's done now. It's just a bit of plodding through. Whoops, finding the pairs and triples and getting rid of them. 5, 7. There's a 5 missing from there. 5, 7, 8 triple. There's a that gets rid of a 7 there and there. Should be able to get that the naked number in that 3 by 3 there. 1, 2. There's a 3 missing in all those cages, so that's a 3. Gets rid of that 3. Got a 2, 3 pair there. That's got to be a 1. 5, 7, 8. That means there's no 5 there, doesn't it? Yes, also there's a 5, 7 pair there. Left over here. Oh, there's a few red ones up there. I'll do them in a minute. 1, 2, 3. There's a 4 and a 9 left there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can't tell what that one is. Oh, from the bottom row I can. From this row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's got to be a 7. Okay, so there's a heap of things to eliminate here now. That can't be a 1. That can't be a 1. 7, 1, 3, 3, 1. So that's sort of cleared up that bottom area a bit. And see if we can do it a bit further up. 3, 5, 7. We can eliminate a 3, a 5, or a 7 in that row. There's a 5, 7. Any others? No, that's all. Looks like I can get what number's missing there though. There's 3, 5, 7 and 1, 2, 4, 8, 9. There's no 6 in any of those, so that one has to be a 6. It tells us that one's a 2, that's a 6. That's not a 2. Not a 2. 2, 3, 4. It gets rid of all the 2, 3, 4s out of here. There's 2, 4 I can get rid of there. And now these ones can't be 1, 5, 9. 1, 5, 9. 1, 5, 9. Gives us a 2, 4 pair, so that can't be a 4. That can't be a 2. 1, 5, 9 triple. That can't be a 9. That tells us that one has to be the 9. There's not a 9 there. What else? There's got to be more to it than that. Got to do the whole Sudoku from here somehow. That's not a 9. Oh, 5, 6. Did I do that? Yeah, I did that. What else can we do here? 3, 6, 8, 9. Does that give us, that tells us those ones can't be an 8. That's actually a quadruple pair there, so we can't have an 8 there or there. Quadruple pair. Quadruple foursome, I guess I should have said. Can't have a quadruple pair, can you? What else? You're probably saying there's some glaringly obvious things that I'm missing, but can't see them right now. We might just put these numbers in here. What's missing? These 3 numbers have to be. We've got 1, 2. There's got to be a 3, 4, 5, a 6, a 7, and an 8 in there. That's not a 7. 3, 7, 8 triple. That means we can't have a 3 there. So that's got rid of all the 3s out of that cage except that one. So that one's a 3. Not a 3 now. Can we get those yet? Yeah, we should get those from this cage because everything else is there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got to be a 5, 6, 7, 8, and a 9 in there. So that can't be a 5 there now. Any of those. So that tells us that one's got to be the 5. A couple of red things here to eliminate. What else do we have? 1, 2 at the top. That doesn't help. 4. It's only just normal Sudokuing. Not really. I can't do much normal Sudokuing yet. I can do the 6 though. That has to be there or there. I can't tell where just yet. Got rid of all the 3, 5, 7s there. There'll be something obvious I'm missing. Look, that can still be an 8, 4, 6, 3 or 1, 2 there. It's not that. 5, 9, I got rid of those. Just looking. So it's a bit boring, but I can't find anything to do right now. That one there, can we get that one in the middle? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's got to be a, oh no, might not be. There's a 5 there. 6, 7, 8, 9. Not necessarily a 5. Although there's no 5s there or there. It could be a 5 there or there. Or does it have to be a 5 here somewhere? What about this row? There's no, I can't have a 5 anywhere else in that row, in that column, sorry. There, so that has to be a 5. Doesn't help a great deal, it helps a little bit. Does that give us this one at all or not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No 6 anywhere there. No 6, no 6. So that one was the 6. That gave us a little bit extra. 5. There's any other pairs here? 5, 9, 7, 8, 4, 9. Nothing obvious that I can see at the moment. 2, 3. Got to be something there that I'm missing. 1, 4, 1, 7. No, that could be anything still, I think. Yeah, you can probably see something that I can't, but I'm not sure what at this stage. I'll find it eventually. Maybe I won't. 2, 3, 4 there. There's something else that I can do, adding up the cages somewhere perhaps. No. Yeah, I don't know what these ones have to be, do we? They've got to add up to 28, which leaves, what does 28 from 45 leave? 28, 38, 10, and then another 7, that's 17. Those three have to add up to 17. Does that help at all? What combinations could we have? Can't have 9, 7. 8, 7, 15, can't have 8, 7. 9, 5, 14. We have 9, 5, 3. Can we have a 3 there actually? What did I say it had that up to? 17, wasn't it? So there's a 3 there, that'd have to add up to 14, which it can't, so that can't be a 3. Let's check my adding up there. That's 28 from 28 and 17 is 45, yeah, so it's got to be 17. So the only combination is 17, 9 from 17 is 8, which is 9, 5, 3, 8 from 17 is 9, and there's no 9 combination there, is there? So that's got to be a 9, and that's got to be a 3, 5, so that's got to be the 7. That's a 3, 5, that might have got me out of a bit of trouble there. Like just doing a normal kind of killer cage type logic. 3, 5, that's giving me a whole heap of things. 7, 5, might even solve the whole thing, wouldn't that be great? 8, 4 is actually, looks like it's going to. 3, 9, 6, 5. There might have been something else there to see, but I couldn't see something else, so that works. If it works, then all good. Now that 1, 4, that can't be a 1 now. It's going to be a 4, 8 pair. So naked 3 there, naked 6 there, now there's a naked 8 there. 7, 1, 6, and all the other ones I can put in straight away. Oops, done that again. Oh goodness me, stop doing that. 9. Oh wow, that made a huge difference, didn't it? Now hopefully we can resolve the rest of it with some doubles and triples. There's a 4, 8 pair, so that one has to be a 1. And that one now is a 7. Get rid of the 1, 7 there. 4, 5 pair, that one's now a 1. And that's a 2, 7, not a 1. Down here we have an 8 and a 1, 9 pair. Sadly, didn't resolve those ones. That was a 7, 8, 9. That's going to resolve them now. 1, 9, 5, 7, 4, 5, 4, 2, 1. And it's just going through and clicking on them all now. But basically, oh no, there's come to a halt again. What can we do now? 2, 8, 2, 9, 4, 8. It's got to be something. Oh, that's what that dot's for, I'm assuming. 6, 3, 2, 4. I did make this puzzle quite a long time ago, and I've completely forgotten most of it. 9, 4, 1, 4, 8, 2, and 3. There we go. Now that was a bit of a tricky puzzle, that one. But I don't know whether people are enjoying these Codeword ones or not, but I quite like doing them. So I hope you do enjoy them, and I will possibly make some more or see what kind of feedback I get from them, I guess. Okay, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.